All right, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, and this is SmellGoodz. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for just a little bit as we run through these fragrances and this fragrance rotation. This is part of my commitment that I made to myself and inevitably to you all, that I would do a fragrance rotation, just kind of what I'm wearing throughout the week, each week. And so far we've stuck to it, and that's been in the midst of traveling. That's been in the midst of just everything that life does as far as lifing. So, this one is for the week of March 2nd through March 8th. So this was also travel week, and you'll see kind of how that played into the fragrances that I wore. Sunday started off March 2nd. Nothing major. I think we were trying to get some things done around the house, get some things because we knew we were going out of town later that week. So nothing major. It was just kind of, we took care of some things as far as not even honeydews, just things that we needed to do as far as getting some things set for ministry and what have you. And so it was pretty relaxed day mostly around the house, some stepping out just to run errands. But for that day, I didn't have anything major. So it was just, we threw on Coach Open Road. This one's just it's a nice aromatic fragrance. It is an underrated, in my opinion, as far as the Coach line. Of course, you got the heavy hitters, the black, definitely you've got green, you've got platinum. This is something that is just light, fresh, not an not a solid performer as far as longevity. Again, this is, in my opinion, great as a gym scent. It is great during the spring, during the summer, as far as just something to throw on that you can, one you can pick up pretty reasonably, getting Burlington for like $20-$30, but also just something that has you smelling good, has you smelling fresh. There's this apple that's in there and some other things, but this, lounging around the house, not doing much, worked perfectly. So that was on Sunday. We wore Coach Open Road. All right. Next up was Monday. So Mondays are in office days. Those are days that I've got to run into the office, show my face, meetings, all that fun stuff. Can't work from home those days. Well, I could, but that's the day that I've chosen to go in. So Monday was an in-office day. And weather's doing pretty well out here where I live. So I wanted to wear something that, one, just fits kind of that space, but also this is one that, in all honesty, is probably one of my biggest compliment magnet fragrances that I've got in my collection right now, or at least the one that I've probably gotten the most compliments. And part of that, admittedly, might just be because I like wearing it. And that is from the House of Mont Blanc. This is Mont Blanc Legend. This, you've got bergamot, you've got pink pepper up top. You got some patchouli and some leather in there as well. Does a good job. It is, I'll say this every time just because I don't know which video if you watched of mine, but just to acknowledge it, this is something that is in the line in the space of Creed Aventus, probably the best designer clone of Creed Aventus, if you will, although I don't know that Mont Blanc would admit that it's a clone, but we might need to have the conversation because Mont Blanc has got a lot of things that smell like other stuff. Just facts. All right. But anyway, that was what I wore on Monday. It was Mont Blanc Explorer in my in-office day. All right. Next up was Tuesday. So that was another in-office day. That one was manager meetings. I had my team in the Philippines that I had to connect with and go through some things with. But key thing, I'm in office, jumping out in the heat because I think that day was pretty up there as far as just early March, but still we were already in the high 70s, low 80s. And so I wanted to wear something that just I hadn't worn in a little while, something that's newer in the collection, but is also something that is probably going to get into heavy rotation throughout this spring. And that's from Hermes. This is Terre d'Hermes. This is Intense Vetiver. This is more of a kind of intense interpretation, in my opinion, of the original Terre d'Hermes, but also focuses on that vetiver note. Now, if you're not a fan of vetiver, I don't know what to tell you, right? For me, this is a grown man type of a scent. This is a solid, for me, I think it works very solidly as an office fragrance, works very solidly as a spring, summer fragrance. It's a complex scent profile, but it definitely one that I think works very well, and one that does pretty well as far as its longevity, as far as its performance. And so wore that, had no issues with it, was wonderful. Again, that was from the House of Hermes. This is Terre d'Hermes. Intense Vetiver. You can see kind of the fingerprints on this glass bottle, but that's all right. All right. Now, Wednesday was a travel day. I had to got up early, had to do some things online. So I did work from home that morning. But it was because I didn't want to take all of my time. My flight was leaving out that afternoon. So I was like, I can get some stuff done, do some last minute things, make sure my team's set, check in on some projects that I'm working on and see how they're going, set those last minute instructions so that when I leave, I don't have to touch anything related to my job. That's a key right there. Once I'm out of the office, I'm out of the office. Once my day is over, my day is over. So Wednesday, got up really early, worked about 4 hours, and then hopped on a plane. And so that was a day that I wanted to wear something that definitely was newer in the collection, and something that was going to really be fitting for me for a flight. I wanted something that was going to smell fresh, smell, nice, not be overly complex, not going to be something that, could maybe just kind of, as you're with a lot of people, stuck in an aluminum can in the sky. Want to make sure that, I'm smelling good, smelling fresh, and not smelling in any way that might turn bad, right? So I got in, and this is doing its take on something, but this is from Al Haramain. This is Amber Oud, and this is Aqua Dubai. Aqua Dubai. This is its take on Louis Vuitton Imagination. I've smelled Imagination once or twice. This definitely puts you in the space of it. And for me, because Imagination is how much Imagination costs, this is what I'm going to rock with. And it's a worthy thing of rocking with it. Just definitely, you've got the green notes, you've got the bergamot, you've got the orange in this. Just a nice, fresh, citrus type of a fragrance. And the performance on it is really good. I'll probably have a full review coming out probably this week that I dropped this one, but I'll have a full review coming soon on this. But it worked out perfectly. Sprayed it on, had it going while I got to the airport. On the plane, got to Houston where we were hanging out and taking care of some things for the next few days. Got into the hotel, went to dinner. It was all working very well. Again, that was Wednesday. Al Haramain, Amber Oud. This will definitely be in rotation this spring. In fact, you might want to screenshot this. You see what his bottle is right now. I would almost be willing to venture a guess that by the end of this spring and this summer, it's not going to be up there anymore. It's going to be used because this is a good one. All right. That was Wednesday. All right. Thursday we were in meetings. It was a church conference with some other pastors and leaders that we're connected with. And so Thursday was more in workshops, in classes and trainings, things of that nature. But I wanted to continue that trend. We were in Houston. Weather was not as warm as it was in Phoenix, but still pretty nice. It was low to mid 70s is where it kind of was. So again, something just nice, fresh, what have you. So I had still left over some of the decant that I got from my guy, Dedrick L. Hicks. So on that day, we broke out the Burlington 1819. You can see I've got just a little bit still in there. See if it'll focus there. Still got a little bit in there. So I'll probably get another wear out of this. This right here, another citrus fragrance. Definitely different than the Al Haramain Aqua Dubai. So it's not like they're trying to do each other. This just, you have mandarin, you have bitter orange, you have lemon, you have grapefruit, you have mint, you have, lime in this. So great fragrance. Definitely something that at some point will probably make its way into my collection as a full bottle. So again, shout out to Dedrick for shooting this my way. But it was something that was, for me, it was a hit. Wearing it that Thursday, wifey leaned over. She was like, "You smell good." That's always a great thing. All right, but that was on Thursday. It was Burlington 1819. All right. Also, because again, we were traveling. So Friday was, I have the travel spray of it, but I'm going to show you the bottle just so it's very clear. But of course, I was taking travel sprays. So you'll see even how I have travel sprays working throughout the rest of the week. But on Friday was a day that was, again, more classes, more sessions. But then I also had to teach a session on AI. So if you're a pastor looking into AI, definitely holler at your boy. All right. But I had to teach this session. And so I wanted something that was going to have some lasting power, have some staying power, and that was going to be a great smelling fragrance. And it's time to break it out. This is one that, if I'm honest, I kind of forgot just how great of a scent it was, because During the winter, during the fall and winter, I really wasn't reaching for it. But now that it's spring and spring has sprung, this is another one that will be heavily in rotation. This is from the House of Mancera. This is Oud Lemon Mint. Let's see if you can see there. Yep, Oud Lemon Mint. This right here, this is just a great scent. You get the lemon, you get the mint, you get a little pepper in there. Not so much oud in here, even though it's in the name. But this is spring and summer to me. This is just an amazing fragrance that kind of, again, it slid under the radar, went back as I was going through some travel sprays. It was like, oh yeah. And then I got the bottle. I was like, oh yeah. All right. So from Mancera, Oud Lemon Mint. I had the travel spray, but you can see the bottle. This is what I wore on Friday as I was doing some training as well myself, doing a workshop as well. And then definitely made my way over to a Buc-ee's. If you've not experienced Buc-ee's, listen, ask your neighbor about Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's, I was in Texas, so I had to stop by a Buc-ee's. It is, to call it a convenience store or a gas station is an understatement. It is just, yeah. I don't know why I said that, or what that has to do with fragrance, but that's what I did while we were in Texas. So Oud Lemon Mint definitely survived all of that and was pumping through even into the evening. Definitely was a great fragrance to have and does its job. All right. So then on Saturday was travel day. So Saturday was just another day to get back into, hop back on a plane, get back here home. I did have an opportunity to stop by the physical location for Aura Fragrance and picked up some things there. So I'll kind of have a video talking about some of those things that I picked up, but was able to actually go into the location. They are phenomenally legit, right? They are legit. So if you're ever in Houston, definitely look up and see where Aura Fragrance is. Go check them out. That's unsolicited. I don't have any deal with them or anything of that nature. Just, again, I'm trying to help you find places to purchase. That's another place. Even if you go online and purchase from Aura Fragrance, I've not had any issues from them. All right. But on that day, on Saturday was a travel day. Again, thinking about being up in the air in an aluminum tin can. Wanted to make sure, had something that could, one, even if I do need to respray or refresh, it was a scent that's going to work, kind of a massive pill scent. And so from the House of Versace, this is Dylan Blue. Let's see if we can, there we go. Dylan Blue travel spray that I've got. Just again, another blue scent, pretty much, that you've got the ambergris, you've got bergamot, you've got little pepper, some grapefruit in this. So yeah, all in all, this week started, was pretty much, if I even look at the common theme throughout them, for the most part, it was very citrusy. A lot of bergamot in there throughout the fragrances that I wore, because it's starting to get that time where really, again, spring is hitting. So that's what I wore throughout the week. I think I've got everything. Yep, that's what I wore throughout the week, again, of March 2nd through March 8th. Another great week of travel. I don't think I have any more travel coming up until probably July. We'll see. But that's what I wore. That was this week's rotation. Let me know what you were wearing, what your thoughts are of what I had, and if there's something that you want. If I haven't done a full review, again, I say this all the time, but if I haven't done a full review on something that you see here, first of all, look through and see if I've done it. If I haven't, put in the comments. I do realize that there's a few fragrances that not a few, there's a lot of fragrances that I need to come back and do a full review on, and definitely happy to do that for you guys. Just make sure you watch them. So make sure you are subscribed, make sure you have turned on notifications, make sure you are sharing, and make sure you are meeting me in the comments. And then, as always, do me the favor, stay safe, stay sane, and stay smelling good. I think that's it for this time. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.